Hello, I hope you enjoyed your time off while all of us were in training this past spring break, and I know it's been a very busy week coming back. Most of us have been trying to work overtime to be back on target, and I bet you're doing the same thing, trying to catch up. I wanted to visit with you a few minutes about the art group on research. Your comments that you've been writing on research are really great. You've been doing pretty much what MCC has always been doing. Before I retired and came to Zing, I was the director of marketing at MCC when we were developing the University Center, and some of you may be planning to go earn your bachelor's degrees through the University Center. First, we did some secondary research going into databases and the Census Bureau and other such areas, and we found out that McLennan County had the highest number per capita of associate's degrees and the lowest number per capita of bachelor's degrees. That told us some really specific things, that people had come to MCC or TSDC and gotten their associate's degrees and yet had been unable to finish for various reasons. At that point, we did exactly what you all are talking about. We developed some questionnaires and some focus groups to find out why had they stopped there. And the vast majority told us that they were working people who had families and jobs in McLennan County and who could not afford to pick up and move to another community, leaving everything behind to get their bachelor's degrees, nor could they afford to go to Baylor, partly because of the tuition and partly because most of Baylor's classes are at night. Because Baylor's target market is very different from MCC's target market. Baylor focuses on that traditional college-age student who wants the full college experience, and MCC focuses on those plus that working adult. So that's why we have really worked to develop online classes. We've formed partnerships with those university centers based on what our target market, residents in McLennan County, wanted and told us they needed. So, doing a really good job on research. Think of research as trying to find the answer to a mystery, and think of that as looking for different clues on various things. So now, based on all of that and based on what we've learned about consumer behavior, targeting markets and other such, we're going to be moving on toward marketing, to our product mix. Product, place, price, and promotion are our marketing mix, and it all begins with the product. Once we know what our product is, and we have an idea of who will be buying it, we can develop a marketing mix to reach that particular group. So we focused on several things. A product is everything that a consumer gets in return for what they give up. It's what they get in exchange, and it's everything good or bad. It's how the product works, it's a warranty, it's the taste and touch of it, the feel of it. If it's a service, it's what kind of service we got from them, good or bad. If it is an idea, it's what we think. If you are in the process of looking at various political candidates, you know full well that they are involved in a marketing mix, and that their product is their ideas and them and their morals and their background and experience and everything. If you like what that whole product of the candidate, you're probably going to vote for him or her. If you don't, you're going to look at somebody else. So, one of the things we're going to be talking about is the product life cycle. In our creative meeting, I put up a link to a video that's about 8 to 10 minutes long, and it is probably the best piece I've seen to explain the product life cycle. All products have a life cycle of being introduced to death. For some, like toys or fashions or fads, it's very quick. It was introduced and it fell. For instance, when I was a young woman, a guy developed a product that, when I tried to explain it to some of my students this week, it was craziness. It was a pet rock. He created a little box, he wrote instructions, and he put a plain river rock inside. Yes, it sounds crazy. We paid $4 a piece for them, and everybody I knew in 1972 got a pet rock, including myself. I wish I'd kept it now. Of course, it faded immediately. The entire product, from development and introduction to death, to you couldn't give it away, lasted about 6 or 7 months. But it made its developer a millionaire. Who would guess? Don't laugh too hard, we have similar fads today. Other products have an extremely long life period. Certain drinks, beverages, Coke for instance, as it describes in the video. But every product eventually dies out. VCRs. If you were trying to sell VCRs today, or trying to develop a business fixing VCRs, you would have a real problem, because VCRs really are beyond decline. They are totally dead. They've been replaced with DVDs and now streaming video, and depending on who you are and where your family is in the technology area, you may not even have a VCR or DVD player in your house. You may be totally downloading streaming videos from and using them on your TV or even your computer or phone. So those are the product life cycles. We're also going to be talking about packaging. A package is part of the product. It tells us about the product, and we think of 4 different things. View, visibility, view. I'd say them in view, V-I-E-W. The first is visibility. Can you see it? Does it catch your attention? Does it have colors that attract you? For instance, people have found that red, black, and silver really attract males, especially in terms of drinks. If you will notice Coke Zero, which was developed specifically because many males do not like to admit that they drink Diet Coke, but they don't want to add the calories, and so they want a no-calorie drink, but they don't want it to look like diet. And so Coke Zero was developed for that primary reason. Information. It must have some kind of information no matter what the product is. How to use it, how to set it up, if it's something we consume or put on our bodies, what kind of nutritional information is it? If it's a medicine, what's in it and what are the side effects? Price information, and these days a PVC, a code to scan. And emotion, it must grab our attention and make us want the product. Otherwise it'll sit on the shelves. If you've ever seen a package that was so great you just felt like you had to buy the product, or a package that was so terrible that there is no way you would buy it, or something was just off, you really know what I mean by that. Finally, workability, the W. The main reason we have packages is not to get our attention or to advertise or give us information. It is to contain and protect the product inside. Imagine trying to get a bottle of Coke without a bottle, or a bag of spaghetti without a bag. So it contains, it protects, it makes it easy to get it from one place to the other. Finally, a brand is part of the product, a logo and a brand. Those are the things that remind us every day. It's good for advertising, it's good for product identification, and if you think about the brands that you know, the brand name can be spoken, the logo and trademark cannot be spoken. We see them. And I've put in our chit chat a link to a fun little quiz about brand equity. Brand equity is how well known a brand is and how well loved it is. And so I put that up there. Take it and talk about it in chit chat. It's really sort of fun, and you may be surprised at some of the things you know or don't know about brands. So have fun this week. I hope you're thinking about your semester project and what product you're going to be working on. And I know I hope you'll have fun and do well. I'll see you next week. Bye.